How do you have good character with Allah? When you come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you must come without His creation. You must come without His creation. And when you come to the creation, you come to them without your lower self. All right? Good character with Allah, you come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without His creation. In other words, when you pray, your prayer has to utterly and sincerely be for Allah. And wallahi, this is very difficult to do. Because when you raise your hands and say Allahu Akbar, you're supposed to be saying to yourself, Allah is greater than everything that I was involved in 30 seconds ago, 1 minute ago, 5 minutes ago. Allahu Akbar. Allah is greater than that. But as soon as we start reciting the Quran, we start calculating our money. We start thinking about family problems. We start thinking about the mistakes that the Imam is making when he's leading the prayer. You have to come to Allah without the creation. Without the creation. This is the secret of fasting. You know, when you love something, you want to be with that thing or that person. You want to be, if you love your spouse, you want to be with them. Hey honey, when are you coming home? What time are you going to be home? I just miss you. I want to see you. But when you come to Allah with fasting, you have to come to Allah without your beloved. You come to Allah alone. He doesn't accept partners. He doesn't want you to come with whatever is filling your heart other than Him. That's what Allah wants from us. So we have to perfect our ikhlas. We have to perfect our sincerity when we're doing transactions with Allah. If you decide to give some money for Allah's sake, it has to be for Allah. It can't be for the other people to see. You will get no credit with that on the Day of Judgment. If you try to come and say, oh Allah, I spent this money for you. This is not me speaking, this is the hadith. Rasulullah said, there will be people who will come on the Day of Judgment and it will be said to them, how did you die? And he'll say, I died fighting fi sabilillah. And he'll be called liar. You fought so that the people would call you brave and courageous and strong. They called you that. So you got what you fought for. In other words, don't come here asking for no favors. It was never about me. So the ulama, they're saying, during Ramadan, perfect your transactions with Allah. Who are you fasting for? Who are you making taraweeh for? Who are you making tahajjud for? Where is your heart when you're doing those things? Is your clinging to Allah, loving Allah strong enough to help you to overcome yourself? Or when you come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're always bringing your lower self. Our bad habits, our bad character. And don't forget about the creation of Allah. During the month of Ramadan, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if someone tries to argue with you, you're supposed to tell him, Ana sa'im, I'm fasting. I'm fasting. It means have good character with them. In other words, when you feel that thing rising up inside of you and you want to get your thing off, you want to put them in their place, you want to check them, or as they say on the commercial, you're just hangry, set it aside. Set aside your anger. Set aside your lust. Set aside your greed. Set aside your jealousy. Set aside your envy. You can't even have a conversation about good character if you're not able to do that. So during Ramadan, this is the time. Have good character with Allah by having sincere transactions with Allah. And then you have to have good character with the creation of Allah by putting aside your nafs al-ammara bisu, the self that commands to evil. Set it aside. This is what Ramadan is all about, ya ibadallah. Ramadan is about purification of the self. It is a program that helps us to purify. It gives us a 30-day exercise that we're supposed to take into the rest of the year with us.